once you got in the lead?
Yeah, look, when we got to 16-14 and then we obviously missed a chance there and play one from the scrum. And then we, come up with some, the whole game we had a fair number of errors for the whole game. We never really quite got our game going. It's probably quite clear for everyone to see we want to play a much more positive brand of footy this year and just trying to find the balance and when to do it and when not to do it. But we certainly, never made the Dragons have to work very hard. The way we controlled the ball and that type of stuff.
Did you feel it was the one that got away?
Oh, look, it's when we got to 16-14, and I thought we'd, considering the amount of field position the Drags had, and to get there was a good effort by the boys. I thought to get to that stage was a really good effort. And then when we missed our chance there, we just sort of lost our way a little bit, and we turned a lot of ball over. But as I said, it was quite clear from the start of the game that we want to play a fairly positive brand of footy this year, and we just didn't quite get it right today at times.
You sort of threatened to sort of turn the match on its ear for a moment there.
Yeah, look, Sean had some positive points. We'll have plenty of blokes that had some positive points and some negative points. We had some blokes who were probably below where they'd really, really like to be, which is it's hard at this level. But Sean had some positive stuff, and it's always easy for your half when you're making the opposition work a little harder as well. So as I said, we didn't really tire their defence much at all. What we created was some nice play from the boys to create what they created off the back of their defence being pretty fresh all the time. Where obviously we got to a stage where we were obviously fairly under some heavy fatigue there due to our own inability to build some pressure.
He's obviously I think it's his first game of the year because you had that washout. It's obviously going to get better, the combinations he has with his halves, and having Reece Walsh back next week, I'm pretty sure. You'll enjoy playing, I'd imagine, Sean and Reece. Are you looking forward to that combination?
Oh, look, we would like to think, obviously, with some of the things that Reece showed us last year, that playing with Sean's going to be good for him, but that's going to be good for us. But we need to just we need to learn when to play, when not to play, and build a bit more pressure. Whether Reece is there or not, we certainly need to. That's probably our big work on. And again, some of our defence was really good, and I think we're definitely looking a little better than we were this time last year. But again, it's still not the level we need it to be, as consistent as it needs to be to be a good footy team at the moment.
Adam, you must love playing with Josh, with Curran, mate. He really did do everything he could to get you back into that game and to win it. He must be a player you really enjoy lining up with.
Yeah, definitely. Josh is a real special talent. He works hard on all those sort of things, those 1% areas, and he's just one of those players that every time you lace up the boots, that he's going to give 100%, and he's one of those guys that you really want to play with.
How did you find that in the game? Did you see enough to believe that the Warrior, your team can obviously get a hell of a lot better than that?
Yeah, definitely. It was not the start we wanted, but we were a bit scratchy. But there was patches there were all good, but the bad patches were way worse than our good ones.
Yeah, first stint was just short of 30 minutes, and you only had about 10-15 minutes off. Is that part of the game plan, Nath, moving forward? Huge big stint for Adden at the start and then similar in the second half, or was that just how the game played out?
Oh, it's probably unfolded. We had a few blokes probably fatigued a bit, that with the amount of possession that probably made Ads get out there a bit, and when the game's in the balance, you want your best players in the field as well. So it was probably a big ask for. He only had 20 minutes earlier in the year, so it's probably a bit bigger to big mountain. But I'm sure that as I said, you want your better players on the field as long as you can, and we probably pushed Ads a little bit too long today, but we felt that was a decision we needed to do.
I'm talking about best players, like Jazz Tavunga's been around for quite a while. From my point of view, when he got on the field, Warriors played much more direct game and gave Sean Johnson a little bit more time with the ball. Did you see it the same way? Or?
Oh, look, the good thing with Jazz has made a really good effort, to physically get himself right. He's made some good sacrifices and really get much better discipline in his game. And I thought what we saw today was a bit of a new version of what we sort of probably need. Jazz played with some good control. His defence was solid, and he never got offside with the officials, which is great. And Jazz has certainly turned some really good corners, and really positive that this year is going to be his best one. We're not sure yet. They're all doing that now, but there might be one or two bumps, as sort of is the case generally early in the year.
Got one with regards to Ewan Aitken and his positioning. Second row as it stands at the moment. Further down the track, Toru Harris coming back in. Do you see Aitken as a second row moving forward, or of a utility that can play either centre or second row?
I'd certainly preferred for him to be there, and a bit of that will depend on the form of our younger centres, who both had some good parts today, and again some good work-ons. But we've got Adam Pompey and Jesse Arthurs here, so we've got a lot of youth there in our outside backs, and preferably Ewan playing in the back row certainly gives us versatility. I thought he had a reasonably strong game today, Ewan.